Hey everybody, this is First Warn Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Brad Panovich, and I got good news for you. For once, I actually have good news, and I'm actually off of work, so that's why you see me at home doing the all-important ski forecast for the Southeast. Got my knit hat on because we're getting ready for some snow. The first significant snow since Hurricane Sandy, if you can believe that. The good news is everybody's going to get snow. The amounts will vary, but there's going to be a lot of wind. The other big concern is going to be the very cold temperatures, which isn't much of a concern for the snowmakers because they're going to love this. We're going to be able to make snow, get natural snow, everything you need to get the ski season going big time across the Southeast. This is really going to help going into the holiday. Only problem is going to be the wind. We'll talk a little bit about that, but let's take a look at some of the model data. Okay, skiers and boarders, so this is the current situation. We've got this big area of low pressure sitting over the Midwest. It's got a lot of wind with it, but it's also got some very cold air on the backside. And as you can see, a big plume of snow, which is now just moving into the mountains here early on your Friday morning. We got snow falling up and down the Appalachian chain. The heaviest stuff is going to fall, as usual, in parts of West Virginia, into western Maryland, but already in North Carolina, we're beginning to see some of that snow. How much snow are we talking about? Well, let's start looking at some of the model data. Let's look at what we call the NAM4. This is a high-resolution model. I love this model because it picks up the topography in the northwest flow very well. Let's start north. We'll go up towards Garrett County, western parts of Maryland. You see the areas in red right there. I'm going to grab my telestrator. That area in red right there is anywhere from 8 to 10 inches of snow. I think this is probably underestimating the amount of snow. We're probably talking maybe around 12 to 16 inches. Wouldn't be shocked if WISP ended up with 20 inches. Further south, you know the area that gets hammered. It's Pocahontas County. We'll zoom in real close. Snowshoe is right there in the big time snow, 14 to 16 inches. In fact, this gray area I have my cursor on, that is 16.4 inches. Again, I think we're underestimating the amount of snow here. The model is likely going to put out anywhere between a foot and 20 inches from areas in and around Snowshoe. And as you go to the south, Winter Place. Winter Place is still going to get some snow. It's just not going to be much. We're probably talking more between 4 and 5 inches of snow. But again, it's going to be impossible to measure because of all the wind. Now, you go south, everyone always asks me what that's Mount Rogers there in Grayson County. That's an area that gets hammered. Too bad there's not a ski resort there. But let's go into the big resorts in Avery County and Watauga County. Appalachian, we're probably talking maybe an inch or two. It's on the east side, doesn't get a lot. Beach and Sugar, you're generally talking between 4 and 6 inches of snow. I think Beach and Sugar could top out at 8 inches if all things considered. As you go to Wolf Laurel, areas down to the south, Ski Gatlinburg, we're probably talking 1 to 2 inches. But as you can see, a pretty good swath of snow. And this is going to last through Saturday. It's starting overnight into Friday morning and lasting all the way into Saturday evening. And so there's a good chance if we get this northwest flow to continue off the Great Lakes, I'll pop the radar back up there, that we could see some enhancement of these snowfall totals. That's why I'm actually going a little higher on my totals than the model. So I'm talking West Virginia, Maryland. We're talking 12 inches to 20 inches. It's going to be a great storm for Snowshoe North. Winter Place, 4 to 6, and then down towards Beach and Sugar, Appalachian. A little less at Appalachian, 1 to 3, but 4 to 6 as you go down towards Ski Beach and Sugar Mountain. Now let's take a look at some of the temperatures because this is key as well. Temperatures through the weekend are going to be very, very chilly. In fact, let's look at some of the model data for the temperatures. We go through Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Temperatures in the teens, if not single digits at night, and with wind gusts, it's going to feel like it's well below zero. So this is going to be perfect snowmaking conditions. Unfortunately, the wind is going to blow it all over the place, but it's plenty cold enough to blow snow the entire weekend on top of the natural stuff that falls. And through Saturday, even into Sunday, we're going to have really cold temperatures, and the models probably aren't even handling that well. What about into Monday? This is one of the models we look at, this European model, still shows it pretty cold through Monday. So I think we could even make snow through Monday morning. A little bit of a warm-up heading our way as we go into probably the early part of Christmas before another big winter storm moves in after Christmas. We'll have time to talk about that, but just get ready. There's more snow coming after Christmas. So let's go to our forecast. We'll start up in West Virginia, Maryland, the Virginias. Friday through Monday, snow, wind, bitter cold. Highs maybe in the low 20s. Morning lows in the single digits and teens. And wind chills. I don't have the wind chills on here. They'll be below zero. The wind is going to be howling between 25 and 35 miles an hour. Let's go down to North Carolina, the southern resorts. Forecast is for snow and wind 2 to 4 inches through the weekend. Highs around 30, I think maybe mid-30s on Sunday. Lows around 20, probably in the teens at the top of the mountains, maybe closer to 20 down at the base. That should give you a rough idea on what we're expecting as we go through the weekend. The good news is we've got cold temperatures and snow, and the good long-term trend, more storms in the offing next week into the new year. We'll start talking about that coming up on Tuesday. Until then, have a great weekend and Merry Christmas early from Brad Panovich here in Charlotte, North Carolina.